If you're an average person, college might be the biggest mistake of your life. If you're new to the channel, my name is Joel Cave, and today we're going to be talking about, is college still worth it in 2025? And like the title says, I go to a very good university, Georgia Tech, if you don't know. And because of that, I think that I can give you guys a very balanced and a very viable insight into college. Because most of the times when people talk about college on the internet, it's either the guy who didn't go to college and is trying to do like, drop shipping and online money making schemes, telling you how much of a scam it is, or the person who's like 40, 50 years old and maybe they're a little bit disillusioned with the idea of college. And they're like, oh, well, my granddad went and my dad went and I went and we all did well for ourselves, so go to college. So in this video, I hope to give you guys some clarity. I mean, this is the type of video that you can actually watch, even show your parents or something like that if you're deciding about going to college, because I think there's a lot to consider when it comes to college. Now, a little bit of background on me. Like I said, I go to Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech is a very good college. We were ranked like #2 public school, like #9th nationally by Wall Street Journal. We're top 10 in pretty much every single STEM thing, and for my major CS, we're also top 10. So it's a very good school, right? It's essentially a non-pay-to-win Ivy League. Before I got into college, I had like a 4.42 GPA, like a 1400 something SAT, was like in that range, pretty high stats, like 99th percentile math on SAT. I had a little bit lower on reading because I'm more of a math guy. But that's the kind of things that got me into this school without a transfer like first year, right? I've done 4 years of college so far. I have one more semester left. So after almost being done with it, I'm here to tell you guys the truth about college. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. If you're not extremely, or let's not say extremely, but if you're not exceptionally smart or exceptionally hardworking, you might want to reconsider on college. Because here's the reality, okay? People I know, myself, everyone I talk to, and it's not just CS majors, because I know some of you guys might go, well, Joel, you're a CS major and the CS job market is cooked. That's obviously why you struggle with this. But no, it's not just me. Chemical engineers, mechanical engineers, aerospace engineers, business students, everybody I know and everybody I talk to at school has the exact same experience as me. We applied from anywhere to 100 to 200 internships, day and night applying, reaching out to people, trying to get referrals, and then we maybe got a couple of interviews back and one offer. That's it. I applied from anywhere from 100 to 200 internships. I can't tell you the exact number, but it's in that range. I got 2 interviews. The second interview, I got a job offer, and then I had another interview. That is 3 interviews and anywhere from 100 to 200 applications. And let me tell you, I went to like the head of the College of Computing to get my resume checked out. I went to multiple like student things to get my resume checked out. I was constantly editing it and updating it. I was reaching out to everybody, applying everywhere I could. Small startups, big companies, it didn't matter. I was applying to everything. And I got a ton of rejections and only 3 interviews. You gotta understand that is the reality of the job market that we're in right now. That's just it. It's tough. This isn't 2020. This isn't post-COVID where you can just, go to school for a degree, get a CS degree, and then get a 100K job out of college. I mean, it is really, really competitive. I mean, at my school, right, I'll be talking to my peers. I'll be working on a group project, and we'll be sitting there amongst ourselves, top 10 university for CS, talking, and we're saying to each other, I really wonder what people at lower tier schools are doing. If we have to put in all this effort, spend tons of time editing and getting our resume reviewed, applying to hundreds of places, and we get a couple of interviews back, we get a call or 2 back, what are people at smaller schools doing? What is it like for them? Because if we're struggling this much, then everybody's struggling. And I don't know if I said this before, but I'm really trying not to be pretentious. I'm not trying to sound condescending or holier than thou in this video. I'm just being brutally honest. Like, as somebody who is smart and knows they're smart, I want to give you guys the reality, because people are going to tell you, oh no, intelligence doesn't matter, all that stuff doesn't matter, just work hard. Which can be true in some instances, like I'll touch on later. But reality is that intelligence is a thing, and that can carry you and probably will carry you very far. But here's the thing. It's not like if you're not the smartest person, it's over for you. I know a guy who goes to an average tier college. He's not like the smartest person in terms of raw IQ, but he is a workhorse, and he got like a $40 an hour internship at a, pretty much unknown college, like not a big college at all, just from grinding. But this is the type of guy who pretty much anything he went into, he would excel at. I mean, like in high school, he was a top 10 player in the world at a competitive, super popular game. Like, he's the type of guy who got a job in sales and like instantly climbed the corporate ladder in a couple months and got invited out to retreats and to go do things. Like, he's the type of person who will 100% lock into something and grind. And if that is you, if you could see yourself doing that, right, you may say to yourself, well, maybe I didn't have the best high school grades. I'm gonna go to college, I'm gonna grind, I'm gonna do side projects, I'm gonna do everything I can, network as much as possible, try my butt off to get internships and get experience, it can definitely work for you. So I'm not saying don't do it, but that's the type of effort that you have to have. Or at the very least, you have to transfer into a good school because it is only getting more competitive. And I'm pretty sure most people, I looked this up a while ago, I'm not 100%, but I think most people like never pay off their student loans fully. So for a lot of people, it's a lifetime thing, something you never recover from. So do you really want to make one of the biggest financial decisions of your life ill-informed, not knowing what's going on? My advice to you is don't be the kid who's like, oh, I want to go to Arizona State and party. I want to go to Texas A&M. And then you get into $100,000, $200,000 of debt and you can never pay it off. Like for me, Georgia Tech made sense because it's a great school and because I live in state, it's very cheap. Tuition is like $6,000 a year or something like that, or like a semester, which is like very cheap, especially for the caliber of this school. But if you don't have those options, if you're like, oh, well, I can go to Tennessee and I'll be paying $40K a semester, it's like, dude, I mean, I don't know if it's that much, but my point is like with like housing and all that stuff, but you're going to be paying a ton of money to have this college experience. And I think that is just total crap. Now, the good news is that there are many things you can do outside of college. There are many vocational schools you can go to. You can learn a skill. You can get a trade. You can make good money, like really competitive, as much or maybe more than college grads, even some higher tier college grads. You can make more money than them and even have more job security than them by doing trades, by learning a skill, you know, whether you're going to be an electrician or a plumber or a mechanic or things like that. I mean, there's so many options. I'm just trying to make it very clear that college is not this golden ticket. It's not this thing where you're like, oh, I'm going to go to college and get a good job. And I think people are starting to realize that and wake up, because maybe it was 20, 30, 40 years ago, but it's really not the case. I mean, you really have to understand who you're up against. And if this is not hitting you, it should. Because I am literally telling you that the top guys, the guys who are outperforming you in every single metric in terms of being able to get a job and perform well academically and all those things, are struggling to find jobs. They're all struggling. They're all struggling to get internships. And I'm not saying it's over. I'm not saying give up. Obviously, you keep grinding and you keep going. But if that's the reality, and you're sitting here, you're not trying in high school, you're being lazy, you're not really going hard at all. You're like, next year I'll go hard. Next year I'll try. I'll just transfer to a good college, but you don't even care about it. Buddy, you're cooked. It's over. Look, I don't want to get carried away, and I definitely don't want to sound elitist. Like, I know it sounds bad to be like, only go to college if you're very smart or very hardworking. I'm just saying, don't make the mistake of feeling like you have to go to college, feeling like you have to pay all this money and get this degree, when you know that is not something that is going to be good for you. You do not want to be the person with $100,000 or more in student loan debt working at Target because you wanted to chase the college experience, or you listened to everybody telling you, oh, you have to go to college no matter what, even though you knew it was not for you. So if you guys enjoyed the video, like the video, subscribe, and definitely comment down below other things you want to hear me talk about. A lot of you guys, at least right now, might recognize me from TikTok, but like I said, we're starting again fresh. I guess I didn't say this, but we are starting again fresh on the YouTube grind and everything, so I'll be making more videos. Let me know if you guys want to hear about anything, any other things you want me to make videos on, any sort of self-improvement topics or whatever, and I'll see you guys next time.